Greetings, everyone. Peace and blessings be unto you all. I am Minister Jamie Eatman, and we are on the rise. I'd like to thank you all for joining me. As always, we begin the program with prayer. Let us pray. Most Holy Father, we most humbly come before you, giving you honor, giving you glory, and giving you praise. And Father, we thank you for this day, for surely this is the day that you have made, and we shall be glad and we shall rejoice in it. We pray that you'll bless this program, that everything that's going to be said and done be to your honor and to your glory. We just pray that you open eyes, ears, minds, and hearts, that we will speak with wisdom, that we'll speak with knowledge, and that the words we speak will be as seeds that shall be sown for the hearer or even those who shall find this program later. We just pray that you will have your will and have your way. It's in the spirit of Christ we pray. Amen, amen, and amen. All right, everyone. Peace and blessings be unto you all. We have two guests today, and we're going to give our distinguished guests an opportunity to introduce themselves. This is first time on the show. My brother Clock 10. Peace and blessings. How are you?
Yes, sir. I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Hold on, let me see if I can get you on the screen since you cut that on. It should add you one moment. Um, how about there? All right, good sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. This is the first time we've seen each other, isn't it?
Nah, I guess. I don't
Yeah,
know, man.
we
I don't keep track. I don't keep track.
we talked before. I saw a video of you, but this is the first time being in your actual presence. So I thank you for joining me. And
Yeah,
you want to share a few words before we turn it over to Brother Gregory here?
yeah. All right. Yeah. I like what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You're keeping it real for the black folks. You know what I'm saying? Giving the message, spreading it out there, because we need that. Every day is a good day,
All right.
in the black community.
All
Okay.
right.
And we
All
need
right.
to keep the process flowing.
Okay. I like that. And you're from Chicago, right?
I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago, Illinois. All right, my brother. All right. We're gonna let Brother Gregory take charge here, and we'll be able to jump in here at some point. All right, Brother Gregory. How are you,
All right, I'm doing good. I'm doing very good. I'm glad that
Brother
we have another
Gregory?
one on here to give us some feedback as we're going along.
Yeah, I'm looking
All right.
forward to hearing
So
that.
we'll be looking at the Black Panther, the points for three, hope 3 through 5, or however far we get. Even if we get farther or we don't cover all that, it's all right. But
All
we're
right.
gonna go about it. We're gonna be about business. So, Brother Gregory, kick us off here.
All right. Point three of the Black Panthers Party 10-point program. We want to end we want to end to the robbery by the capitalists of our black community. We believe that the racist government has robbed us, and now we are demanding the overdue debt of 40 acres and 2 mules. 40 acres and 2 mules were promised 100 years ago as restitution for slave labor and mass murder of black people. We will accept the payment in currency, which will be distributed to our communities. The Germans are now aiding the Jews in Israel for the genocide of the Jewish people. The Germans murdered 6 million Jews. The American racist has taken part in the slaughter of over 50 million black people. Therefore, we feel that this is a modest demand that we make. And with that being said, we still haven't been paid. We still haven't been given our overdue restitution. And the one thing that we need to understand is that we need to continue to demand that restitution because uh, the government, they have acknowledged that they have poisoned our community. They have acknowledged that they have done us wrong. They have acknowledged that since we've been here, no matter if it was voluntary or forced, they have done nothing but try to keep us under their boot, and we need to demand restitution from them. And
Okay.
we can get restitution from them in many ways. The first way is free. gain knowledge. Stop being ignorant to these games that they playing. They showing us how they gonna play us, and we still falling for the trap. They show us. They show their hand all the time, and all we got to do is use the law uh, that they wrote against them. It's not that hard to do. When they say you have freedom of speech and you tell them to their face, I'm a born American citizen, I have freedom of speech. Anything I say, as long as it's not a threat, is everything I can say. And you wrote the rule, so therefore you have to follow the rule.
Okay.
Now I don't have to
Can I
follow
speak
that
on
rule.
that?
Go ahead, sir.
See, I think the key message here is the rule. Okay, so now as Jamie was talking about on the last thing, um, we talking about law here. And then you gotta get deep into the law thing. Because that's important here because you talk about rule and the thing is that it's like statistics. That's why I don't mess with the statistics. Because it's like, who makes the statistics?
Hmm.
Yeah, for me it's the man. All right. So it's like the same thing with laws. Like that's why you had so much stuff going on with Jim Crow and everything. With Jim Crow, it was like, oh, where the law is, then we had to ride at the back of the bus. The law is we can be swimming in the same pool as them. The law is that we can be in the same bathrooms as them, in the same restaurants as them, and drink out of the same water fountain as them. But the law changed. Why the law changed? And then we sitting back like, oh yeah, you see how when George Floyd got murdered, the law they was trying to change the law and say that the outlaw the chokehold. But you see that never came to fruition. You
Hmm.
see, it's the law is what we make it. And the thing is that we have to be careful when it comes to law
Hmm.
because of the fact that law is created by who is created by. And that's why I stand, me personally, I stand on universal law because universal law never changes and
Right.
it
I
takes
agree with
care of
that.
us all.
Right. But based on what you're saying, both of you, when you look at the law is something that men go before and they argue the law, the points of the law, and they call up precedents from the
But
past.
universal law is immutable.
Yeah, well, if you look
Do
at the
you do
law
you do you do you disagree with that, Jamie?
Oh,
in a court of law, depending on whose court you're in,
No,
yeah.
not the quarter law, the law of the universe. The
Okay,
universal law is immutable.
I get what you're saying, but listen to what you're saying. You're here in the United States right now. And if you did something and they came and locked you up, until they've done something that violates your rights per se, and not just your universal rights, but the rights under their law, you're going to stay in jail. You got to. The Bible even makes reference to the law of the land. There's a law here, and we should be. I always mention a two-part battle. A forward battle for these laws that we are discussing now, as though they weren't there prior to something coming up. We need to be fighting those always. The real battle is that portion where we're wise enough and we are doing the right things to avoid coming subject or prey to those laws. But if I may go back and address what my brother was saying, when you look at the law and what's going on, even now, a current event is supposedly some of the things that Trump has went and done away with. That supposedly was in place that might have been considered laws or fell under some legal term. And his aide, secretary, or whatever you want to call her, was being asked in an interview. And her point was that based on the position he's in, the position that he's in warrants him to do certain things and the person specifically addressed the fact that it was against certain laws. She did not try to say that it was not. She argued the position of his position. So when we look at issues like this, we have to be mindful that things like this have been fought and they will continue to be fought. That's that front there. That's why today we need our best minds, just as we did in those days, to take the battle to them.
Right.
Right now, a lot of things have been changed. Brother Gregory, you can probably give me a better update. I know you watch the current events, but even what we're talking about now, particularly this one demand, there's some things that are being done that reverse some of the gains that was had as it pertains to this command. I mean, this particular demand here.
Point.
Am I correct?
So with this particular point that we're referring to, let's be honest, they're not going to acknowledge 40 acres and a mule that they promised. They're not going to they're not going to acknowledge that, because if they were to acknowledge that, they would have to acknowledge the descendants of slaves as well. And then they would, and if you know anything about history, you know our population here in America has been multiplied 100 times over. So now that the Caucasians are no longer the majority, they're actually the minority. Um, it would behoove them to give us 40 acres and a mule, because then we would own everything.
That is a point that you have to observe, is that they are putting us under the entire world under the idea that there are more white people in the world than there are black people. And when I mean black people, I don't mean black and brown. I'm not including brown people. I'm including black people,
Hmm.
African Americans, and people like of African descent type stuff. If you think about it, they are giving us the idea that there are more white people in the world, not just in the United States, in the world, than there is black people. So, and then on top of that, you have I think, and I just want to stress this point before I get off, before I shut up, is that um I think that black people and African Americans should get money, and that's what the number three says. It speaks
Hmm.
on money, and I agree with that, because it, there's always a way to manipulate healthcare, free
Right.
healthcare, free education. You seen how the white man manipulates that. One thing they can't manipulate is finance.
Right. I was getting to that point. I was saying, they're not going to give us land. But to continue on to to your point, they definitely can give us money, since they're giving out money left and right to other people that's not even in the country. So they can do that, and it's not like they can't, because uh, uh, to his point, it's not like we're in a poor country. We're in a country that literally can give away 165+ billion dollars away. Just give it away, and then give it away. Along with that 165 billion literal cash, and then they gave away things that amounted up to millions of dollars, meaning equipment and tanks and this and that and the third.
Right, because the defense budget every year includes a budget for Israel.
Hmm.
Well, let me
Exactly. He's
interrupt
not
both
wrong
of
about
you
that.
all, because see, you all talking about this rich country that's how much debt.
we're they tell you we're in debt. We're not in debt.
Actually, when you, if you want to look at the numbers and they tell you that you're in debt, you're in debt. If you look at a budget and you've exceeded that, or you're printing up money that isn't money, and you have so many debts that you owe people, that because you printed, because you had the printing press, you are in debt.
Right.
And America is in
So,
debt. And until we acknowledge that, as a matter of fact, you're going to see, we will see just how much in debt they are when BRIC start doing the things that they have been preparing to do.
all right.
America has been
So,
a power that's exceeded its responsibility, its obligation, and that's why we're at so much debt. So
all
I
right.
want
I'm
to
gonna
bring up that
debunk
debt
that
with
right
you.
quick. I'm gonna debunk that
Hmm.
right quick.
Go ahead.
So, what they tell you, because you obviously believe it, is that we're in debt. If we were in debt, I'm going to put it very simple. Let's put it in very simple terms. Instead of let's not call it the United States. Let's call it Mr. Jamie's house. Mr.
Hmm.
Jamie's house is in debt, and he's not bringing in enough money to pay off that debt. What do you think is going to happen to your house?
Well, my house would actually be threatened with foreclosure at some point. Might even be
Right,
foreclosed on.
right. Now, who owns America? It's not Americans. It's actually the Chinese. The Chinese own America. They own it to the point to where if they collect on what you call debt, they would take our country and take control of. But it's not going to happen because we have something um, that literally sits in every major city. It's called a Federal Reserve. We borrow against that Federal Reserve. That's how we create interest. That's how we create the economy. That's how, because if you print dollars, the printed money is against that Federal Reserve. Now we're always going to hold on to this Federal Reserve. If you go right to Atlanta, Georgia, we have a Federal Reserve that the government built inside the city that holds some of the gold. In every major city, there's a Federal Reserve that holds some of the government's gold. Now, gold is something that is literally you can exchange for goods and services. Now, we borrow against that gold, and if we were actually in debt that you hear about, what is it like 2, 3 trillion or something dollars in debt? What they're actually saying is we're paying out this money to everyone that has a job with the government, everyone that we do dealings with, and they're giving us something back. Us spending money here in America, as far as the government spending money here in America, you can't do that if you don't have money to spend. You can print money all day long, but if it's not against something, the money is useless. Prime example is if you go to Somalia, Somalia does not have gold. They do have other precious stones and diamonds that they can borrow against, but their dollar is very weak. The opposite, if you go to Dubai, Dubai has so much gold, you can buy gold from a vending machine. So that's why they're so rich. They can borrow against that. They can take a gold bar down to the bank and say, I want the value of this gold put into my account. And that's basically what America has done. They have this gold and they say, I want this amount put in my account.
But
And
brother
so,
Gregory, hold on a
yes,
second.
sir.
I think I've even heard you say this. Is our money actually backed by gold? I thought we did away with that association.
No, we borrowed against it. So the gold is still there,
No, I
but we
understand what you're
borrow.
saying, but the
Okay.
dollar, if it was backed by gold, you wouldn't print any more than you had gold to back. That was the purpose for actually disassociating the dollar with the gold.
Inflation.
Right. Right. And so what happens is when we borrow against the gold, we start doing dealings to create that dollar stronger. So back in the 40s, 50s, no, actually no, a little bit before the 40s, America used to pay for itself with tariffs. They charged everybody in the world to bring something in or to take something from us. That's how the government was paid for entirely. We didn't introduce taxes until World War II, and they tricked the average American into uh, paying taxes to fund the war because they didn't have enough money or they didn't have enough gold to borrow against to fund that war. And the people that we were fighting were not going to make deals with us because we were in a literal world war. So after that, they said, well, damn, we raised over $1 billion just asking for taxes for the to build these war machines. I wonder what would happen if we just make everybody pay for it every single year. And that's when taxes started. That's when taxes became mandatory. That's when they
But
start taking taxes out of your check automatically.
Brother Gregory, before we get too far off point, let's go back to the
You're right. You're right. You're right. I went off in the deep end.
currency thing because I just did a search here. It's from the Federal Reserve government uh, frequently asked questions. Currency 127.70. The Fed, is U.S. currency still backed by gold? That was the question. Federal Reserve notes are not redeemable in gold or any other commodity. They are backed by collateral in the form of U.S. securities held by the Federal Reserve Bank. Now, that's the language.
Right.
Now, if that was in court and you wanted their gold, as you mentioned by this law, you'd have to somehow translate that into it being backed by gold. But
Right. So what you just read it. You have to take your money, buy a security deposit, and then you can take that security deposit because that is backed by gold. So what that is just them borrowing against that gold. Like I said, they'll
So
never
so
get rid
so
of this
look.
gold.
So look. So you saying that the United States government is lying about um the fact that they don't have enough gold to back the dollar since back in the 70s or 60s when that president took over and Roosevelt or whatever, who did the thing of the um the being backed by gold. He took that out, right? He took that out, and then
Right. So since the
you saying the government is lying. They got gold all over the place to back up um the the money that they print. That's what you're saying.
so, so what I am saying is they don't have enough gold to for that dollar that you have in your pocket to be backed by it. So they
Right, and
borrow.
we all know
So they
that.
borrow
We all know
against.
that.
Yeah, they borrow against that gold. So when they made a deal with China, back
China,
in
they
the
owe China.
fifties.
We in debt to China. So my thing is like
Exactly.
this. My thing is like this. So you're saying because you're trying to say that don't mean nothing. That almost like you trying to say that they lying about the fact that the United States owes China, but they do owe China and they are in debt. And the reason that their house is not getting in foreclosure is because of the fact that that they made an agreement like if your house is in um in danger of being in foreclosure, then you can talk to the bank and you can make a negotiation for when you're gonna pay for it, and then they
Right.
won't put you in foreclosure, and that's what's happening here.
That's right. You got it exactly right.
that's just a bigger debt though. But
Right. I
I get what you're saying, Brother Gregory, and you're right. Maybe our federal department and the reserves and all that, maybe that's how they keep printing. But the report they give us, if it's based on mathematics and from the people that are responsible for accounting, and they says that there's a deficit of, I mean, I have to go with that. But I understand what you're saying. I
right.
understand it. So in hearing it, I get what you're saying.
Right.
But
Because I
going back
mean,
to our
just
topic here,
So we need
right. Let's go
money.
back to
We need money. We need dollars. We need
right.
dollars.
Exactly.
We don't need no health care, free health care. We don't need no free what's the other thing? Free property. Because we didn't see what they did with free property. They didn't took back our 40 acres and a mule. We don't need free health care because you know that the white man got back doors for us. Just like
well,
you see Trump right now, he backdooring everything.
hold on a
So we
second,
need
Rod.
money. Put Yes,
This
sir.
is the problem. This is the problem. You all keep saying the white man, and we trying to talk about the On the Rise movement. if we as a people are going to move or get beyond the point we're at, we got to stop looking at the white man as somehow being the
No, we right now this show we looking at the Black
so
Panther,
if we see all of our
the
problems being
points. We looking at the points, the 10 points of the Black Panther, the Black Panther 10 points. So we on point number three, and point number three is talking about the fact that about us the fact the
Restitution.
40 acres and a mule. And about that, and I'm expressing about that point, and
okay, but
it
the point
includes the
is,
damage that's been done to us, and okay,
look at the point. The point that the rest that he read, the point here is we want to end the robbery by the capitalists of our black community. So what
Right.
he got into were examples of what he's referring to, but these supposed to stand on their own. We want to end the robbery by the capitalists of our black community. So when we look at our community, we're gonna do the after action here shortly. But looking at what's been put here now and the conversation we just had there, and the response what we don't want, we need to be objective. Who was it? Roland Martin, is that the guy?
yeah.
He made a comment, the wisest thing I've heard yet, that if we are going to bar cart or whatever the case may be, we have to have a strategy. And the
Right.
strategy has to be all encompassing. We do need health care. And if we get it from them or not, the strategy needs to be, if we're going to come together, whatever we're going to not ask for, we need to be able to supply.
Nah. Look.
Hold on, hold on,
We have
hold
to be
on,
consistent.
hold
We have
on,
to
hold
be.
on,
Yes,
hold on,
sir.
clock. Listen to what I'm saying. Anything that we're going to say we don't want or don't need from them, you got to have in your own community. And if you don't have it, it's like my brother Umar, as he points out, the education, the colleges, the hospitals, the grocery stores.
Right.
If those things
Now
aren't in place,
you lean back to point number two. You going back to point number two.
all of this
We in
deals
point
with
three.
capital. It all deals with
Now,
capital.
point two stresses that about black employment and black business. Look at
All
here,
encompassing,
look
brother.
at here. You know, in Arizona, they have an call centers. They have a bunch of call centers and they have a
Right.
bunch of jobs for black people in Arizona that they don't have in Chicago. Chicago is like sales jobs. Anytime you talk over the phone with phone jobs is sales, and in Arizona it's customer service. It's a bunch of customer service jobs. It's jobs with all types of companies in Arizona, and they haven't brought that to Chicago. And the thing
Well,
is that it's economic development. It's all about it's not about them the man. And I'm gonna say the man because you don't like me saying white man. It's not about the man giving us stuff. The thing that the man need to give us is dollars because the thing is that you gotta listen. And when they say that 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 if we give the black man dollars, all he gonna do is buy Jordans and Cadillacs.
Right.
And you gotta respect yourself more than that, and don't agree with the man when he try to say that. Look, because we need money because have we educate ourselves on finances. We look, it's finance and it's security. It's the Black Panthers for security and it's Black Wall Street for finance. We need to have both of those and not just one. When you have just one, that's when you fail.
Right.
okay.
He's right. He's right. And to add to it, to go back to your previous point, Mr. Jamie, we need to keep that black dollar in our community. So, like I was telling you in the last episode, every chance I get, I buy my food from a black farmer. Every chance I get, because I know he's gonna provide me with good food. I ain't got to worry about GMOs and nothing like that because he's growing seasonal food. Like I know I can't get no watermelon in the
Oh
middle of
man, you done messed
January.
up right now. You done messed up right now. Look, 3 days ago, we got a delivery to the house. It was a box. It was a box full of fruit, and it's a guy in Chicago. His name is Dion Dawson, and he delivers. He started off with a refrigerator in the front of a liquor store. The liquor store paid for the electricity for him to plug up the refrigerator. He came and he stocked the refrigerator full of goods. People came through, and before he could even get there, people were standing in the line waiting for him to come through and stock that refrigerator. Then he had an idea for an not for profit where he was going to deliver stuff. And I just got a delivery like 3 days ago of a box of fresh. It was ooh, that fruit was so fresh fruit to my doorstep, and they go all around delivering fresh fruit to people's doorstep. And 1 week they deliver fresh fruit, the next week they deliver fresh vegetables, and they keep doing it over and over and over again. Now that's what's up. And on top of that, the drivers are paid. Did you hear
So
me?
there you
The
go. You got to
drivers
keep
are
that money in your
paid.
community. So in order
Hmm.
for uh, the government to stop robbing you, part of that is you gotta keep that money in your neighborhood. And just like you were saying earlier, Mr. Jamie, was it how long? How long does that black dollar, stay in the neighborhood?
Well, they say 6 hours of one circulation.
Well, see, that's where we got to keep that black money in our black neighborhoods and support our black brothers and sisters. Now, the only way currently today, this was written back in 69 or no 66. Currently today, in order for the government to rob us, they legally can do it in taxes. Now, we very rarely see that tax money because they love giving it away. But that's another conversation. So to sum up point three, we are demanding and we need to stop the robbery of the government from taking our money and taking our hard-earned money and moving it elsewhere. The way we do that is we keep that money inside our community. Now we want these reparations, we want this restitution, and like I said and pointed out earlier, it let's just keep hope alive, but be optimistic at the same time.
And you were saying how you were having trouble with relating the third point to today's society. And I'm gonna tell you, it's easy really, because it's the black folks as business people, right? For take me for example, like I'm tired of working for the man. I don't want to work for the man. Jamie don't want me to say white, so I won't say white. I'm tired of working for the man, and I don't want to do it no more. I want to be in control of my situation and in control of my future. So I'm gonna start a business, and that's what's up. And that
Okay.
right there is the key.
Okay. All right. Brother Gregory, but because this topic is so sensitive, let's do our after action review because I do want to add something to this that would fit right in there. But I'll say it and then we'll do the after action. You all just said something that's very important. They don't control our dollars leaving our community. We do. They aren't in
Right.
white hands. They aren't in the white man's hand, my brother. They're in the black man's hand. It's determined by where he spends them. When that
Right.
guy had the refrigerator or when he was doing deliveries, it was intentional that those people showed up there. And until we realize that, that's why I said again, our battle isn't a one front battle. It's a two front. There's a real battle and a forward battle. If we as a people don't support the businesses, my brother, you can open up any business you want, no matter how good it is. If it's not supported, it's only a matter of time before you go out of business. Until we become deliberate in what we are doing, This statement here speaks to the people that's robbing us. But we're at a point now, as you all have stated, we aren't exactly into the same situations and circumstances. We have risen above some of that. But until we
Mm-hmm.
start utilizing some wisdom, because this is rise to prosperity, we educate, motivate, and inspire individuals to rise above life situations and circumstances. Until we start doing that, we just gonna repeat this circle. And to the white man's credit, you won't be able to blame him at that point. It's on us
Right.
now. And
Right.
we have to
Exactly.
assume that responsibility and accountability. Yes, what they said about the 40 acres and the mule, that's the forward battle. We have people with minds to fight that. But back here in our community, we need to combat some of that thing about, oh, he got his store, I'm gonna open one mine too. I ain't gonna support him. He on the corner here. I'm gonna be on the corner over there. And we both spending a portion of money buying supplies, and we had doubled it. We probably could have been twice as much, bought twice as
Mm-hmm.
much. Until we start exercising some wisdom, we're gonna continue to look foolish. So
Right.
the after
You
action portion on this one, on this particular topic here about wanting to end the robbery by capitalists on the black community, what did we do right in this particular instance? We as the black community, what did we do right in it?
we gotta like you said, make a conscious decision to support our blacks, brothers and sisters, and are
And
within our community. And if you don't do that, and you support the other side, you support somebody outside your community, then you can't do nothing. You can't say anything in that argument because the only person you can blame is yourself. So, like I said, that first part when he's talking about in the robbery is less now than it was in '66.
correct.
It's less now. We have a little bit more choice of what we put our dollars to. Now, granted, it's it's already cut by what is it, a third by the time we get that check from working. But at the same time, we can control those 2/3 of our check. We can control that part. So yes, we can go to Capitol Hill and we can march and we can have our leaders speak up for us as far as that 40 acres and a mule. But it's 2025. The odds of that happening are very slim to none. So to sum that up, we can control our dollar. We can control what is put back into our community. We can go out and vote for the parks, and we can vote for the playgrounds for our kids. We can vote for the better education for our local schools. We can do those things. We can control that. We can vote for those things. We can keep that community alive. We can tell our senator or whoever in our district, say, hey, we need some sidewalks. We can write our senators. We can do these things. We have a bigger voice in 2025 than they did in 1966. So we can
Okay.
do those things.
I like what you just did, Brother Gregory. You literally covered the after action, all but one portion. Now, what did we do wrong?
You mean in today?
No, based on when this was done, and this was done by us. So when you look at that, and to their credit, they did a much better job of supporting each other because this was a catalyst at that time. So they were working it. But what did they do wrong?
I don't know. What did they do wrong?
Can I answer that?
Yes, please.
Yeah, what they did wrong is they didn't have the Black Hollywood, the financial area covered with that. That is a militant idea. It is go in, tell them demand the 40 acres of the mule, with whatever plan we have, but you don't have the financial vehicle behind it, the financial planners behind it. The Black Hollywood, because you got the Black Hollywood failed because they didn't have no security. The security is the Black Panthers. The Black Panthers failed because they didn't have Black Hollywood, the financial experts. The black you know what I'm saying? It's like It's like you can't have one without the other.
Really?
Strategy then, right? We got to have a strategy.
Strategy, yeah.
We
No,
got to
you can't
strategize.
have one without the other. Plain and simple. No, you can't. You can't water down the message. You gotta have both. Look, you can't. You gotta have the Black Panthers, and you gotta have which is the security against the police, which is protecting the people. Look. Hold up. I don't know if y'all agree on it or not, and I'm trying not trying to get off topic, but the white we need to have it where it's no white police in the hood. Okay, let's start there because if we have no white police in the hood, then there's accountability. You got to go home to your black ass, got to go home to your black wife, and you got to answer for if you put your knee on George Floyd neck. Your black wife ain't having that. You hear what I'm saying? There's accountability in the hood. We can account for ourselves, but the man keeps coming in and interrupting our stuff and doing what he wants. Look. Security is the Black Panthers protecting us from who? The police. Why do we need protection from the police? Because they be on crack. Okay, so we have accountability and we have security, right? Accountability, security, protecting. What we protecting? We protecting the whole land, and the
Okay.
land is it enables us to build our finances and do the stuff we need to do without outside interference, without somebody coming in and bombing us from the air or the land or whatever.
Okay. Now hold on, brother Clark. Now, brother Gregory. Based on what my brother just said, did you see anything wrong with that?
Well, what I did see is um, he did point on two things. I personally feel like police no police at all because we've seen on TV where it don't matter what they
No
skin
police.
color, they'll still put their boot on your neck.
No police.
So the police, let's
No
just be
police.
honest, we know the history of the police, and we know it don't matter if they black or white. It really don't. They a whole gang. They're a whole gang. They're a gang dressed in blue. So so the accountability I completely agree with. We can if we stay keep our jobs in our neighborhood, we keep our finances in our neighborhood, we keep everything in our neighborhood. I agree that accountability will happen.
Okay.
And as
Okay,
far as far as
brother
that
Gregory. Brother
yes
Clark
sir.
about to break his neck disagreeing with you. Brother Clark, what's up with that? Go ahead. What's up with that?
No way you can condone having no police. No. It's just like you putting your kids in timeout. It don't work, homie. You
Hold
gotta
on, hold
have
on, hold on, hold
police.
on. I say police, but I do agree with the accountability. Meaning, if we police ourselves, let's just say we put something in place and we don't call them police. Let's say that.
So do you not consider the Black Panthers us policing ourselves?
No, they were security.
Okay, those words in what you all are saying is kind of synonymous. You
Oh
get the
no, no,
same result.
I no.
Go
See,
ahead,
I
man.
agree with Miss. I agree with him completely with the accountability aspect. Um, the police part. That's
Look, the
like
Black
I said. It
Panthers
don't
is
matter
the
if you
Black
black or
Panthers
white. They
are
a
the
whole
black
gang.
police, man. Look, if you take okay, I'm gonna say it again. If you
All
take
right.
all the police, all the white policemen out of the hood, and now you only got black policemen, right? they have to be accountable in the hood. We will hold them accountable. We are doing everything internally. A mother will get his beat if he decide that he want to put a neck on my neck. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
It's just like that. It's
Brother,
accountability. It's more accountability when it comes to us. We are able to handle it internally. Why do you not respect your people enough to think that we cannot handle it internally?
brother
Let's
Clark,
keep
Because
it all black.
I've
brother
been
Clark, tell
arrested.
me this.
I've
You're
been
you're
arrested,
in
and it was
Chicago,
by two black cops.
and Chicago has a reputation for certain things within the black community. Is that true or what? Is it are there is there this violence? Is there this killing? Are there these drugs or what?
Oh my goodness. Woo! On any given on any holiday where they barbecue, um there like 4th of July and Memorial Day and Labor Day, there's at least probably like 60 or 70 people shot
Okay,
Mm.
so hold
consistently.
on, hold on. That's what I want to hear. So now to both of you all, when you have this type thing going on, I told you about the rear battle and the forward battle. See, this forward
Right.
battle would be white police, but this rear battle is the thing that you just told me about. Now, who did you tell me gonna be policing that? And why aren't they doing it now?
Who are you talking to?
Both of you.
Look, hey, I can answer that quickly. Listen here. We first have to get the white man out of out of our community. That's first. Second of all, we have to handle our stuff internally. Because the thing is, it's just like they don't believe that if with reparations, point number three, they don't believe that with reparations that we should get money, right? Because we gonna just buy Jordans and Cadillacs, right? We can't handle finances, right? So just like they don't believe that we can't handle that, they don't believe we can govern ourselves as far as violence goes. Look, if you would get out the hell first, get the white man the hell up out of our communities. Then we can go from there. We can handle these niggas. We can handle them. I don't have a problem with it. Hey, we can handle these niggas. Do I have to say it a different way? Do I have to reiterate? Do I have
No,
to say?
no.
Yeah, I mean, I
I
don't. I don't know what other way I can say it.
no,
Look,
no.
first of
You're
all,
not
if
saying it
first things
wrong.
first though, get the white man out of our community. Okay, that's
What
first thing.
what is
Second
that going
thing,
to do? What's that going to do?
it's gonna leave the black man, the black cop lonely. Have you ever heard the song by KRS One? Black cop, black cop, black cop, black cop. You ever heard that?
Yeah, I heard
30
it.
years ago, there wasn't a black cop. You couldn't even drive down the block. Recently, police trained black cops to stand on a corner and take buck shots. I'm telling you, KRS One made a song about it. The black cops
There's a whole lot of
don't.
songs, but my question is still the same. See, when you throw something out there, there was an argument defund the police. That meant black and white.
No, hell
Now,
no, hell no. Don't
Um,
defund. You gotta understand. Okay, think about it like this. Okay, think about it like this. Think of the black cop as Black Panthers. That's how you gotta think of it because that's what we gonna make them. That's what we gonna make them. We gonna make them that
how you
because
gonna
we
make them
have that
that?
power. We
How you
gonna
gonna
make
make
them
them
that.
that? How you gonna
But
make
we
them
have
that?
to isolate them. We have to isolate them. We have
Okay.
to take the white man influence out of them. We have to stop them from look. It goes all the way
I
back
think
to
I have an idea
NWA.
what he's saying.
NWA said Ice Cube said what Ice Cube say that the black cop do stuff to make the white man to impress the white cop. The black cop does stuff to impress the white cop. if you take the white cop out of the equation, then he's accountable, and you can make him accountable because he has to go home to his black wife and his black family. And
Yeah,
if he has a white,
so what he's basically saying is get the police officers that live in your neighborhood. Get those people to be police officers, because then they gotta come back to your neighborhood after they clock out.
no,
Versus,
that's not what I'm saying. That's not what
oh,
I'm
so they
saying.
not from our
You can
neighborhood.
get black people. You can get black people from all over the place. I don't care where in the country you get black people, but it has to be all black people. It can't be no white people. These mugs, no
Um,
white people. Get all the white people out of the hood. Plain and simple. So that
Okay,
so
way we
Carl,
have
so
the
the
control. That's the
Carl,
Black Panthers.
no, we still wouldn't have the
Consider that
control
the
because
Black
the
Panthers.
police
That's
is a
what the Black
gang.
Panthers is. We can control. We can control our people. We can't control the white people, and the white people have influence over our people. Get them out, and then let's control it.
The
okay,
Black
okay, Carl.
Panthers, the Black Panthers lived in the neighborhoods they were protecting. Let's get that first. They
Right.
lived there. The police that you're referring to, I said I would agree with that if the police lived in the neighborhood that they protected, then that's on the same level as Black Panthers. But if they don't live in the same neighborhood and they pretending to be from your hood,
So
they ain't nothing but
Huey Newton never went to New York.
right. And where did that get him?
Really? No, that's wrong. So the movement is universal. It's around. It's across the country. It's across the world. It needs to spread. You can't look. What you're doing right now is you're saying that you have to get neighborhood people. No, look. What you need to get is you need to start from. You need to build your foundation. Your foundation is get all the white cops, all the white people out the hood. That's first of all.
Right, but
I
who
don't care
killed Huey Newton?
what way you want it, what way you want to spin it. Get all the white people out of the black neighborhood, and then all you got is black cops. We can handle them. We can handle them niggas
What I'm trying to
because
tell
at
you
the
is
end of the
that it
day,
does.
wherever
No,
they
what
live, they have to go home.
I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is skin color does not matter because Huey Newton was shot by a white cop that a black man told him where exactly he would be in what room. So it has nothing to do with skin color as far as policing
I
because
think I think
like
there's a lot
if
of
you if
psychology that you both are making reference to, and unfortunately, it doesn't rise us or raise us to a point where we are holding ourselves accountable. The thought of somehow because there's a white officer in our neighborhood, we can't reach our full potential. That doesn't make sense. As a matter of fact,
And that's
um,
and that's and that's why and that's exactly why we not growing because because my people are not on one accord on this particular issue. When I say get all them honkies out the motherfucking hood and only have black people as cops in the hood, we can deal with them. Y'all don't agree. Y'all against it. You need to, Jamie, you need to have a forum on just that. Cop, get them white people out, the cops. We need to, that's what the Black Panther's all about.
okay,
And
hold
that's
on,
what we're
hold on a
talking
second.
about today.
I want to use this as a teaching moment. Now,
right,
see, you're on a program here. This is your first day on my program, and you coming in here, you acting belligerent. You're acting all the way that these people would label you, but you're the same one. You come on my show and you want to do all this, and somehow you want to tell me that given the fact that if we move the white people, people that might think like this or behave like this, it's gonna be better. Ain't no white folks on my
Get them
show.
all out, all out. I don't care what they what. I don't care what they
My
what their
point,
approach
no.
is.
My
all right.
point is you. You're
So what?
black. I'm
So what
black.
you?
This is a black show. Look how you doing my show. White people look at this and laugh. They crazy as hell. They ain't gonna never do nothing right. I'm
So
just
what
trying
you
to
have
push
to?
I'm
What you have
something.
right
to?
though. I'm right, but I'm
No,
right.
what? No, but what you have to understand is
You missing the
that
crop.
if 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 you get rid of all the white people, let's just say you do, and this is how the Black Panthers failed. They will take a black person that look like you, me, and the next person and plant them in there with you.
I'm gonna tell you
So,
why the
like I
Black
said,
Panthers failed. The Black Panthers failed because they didn't have the finance, the financial people. They didn't have the black, um, 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 the black, what was it in the 60s? What was it that got towed down? The black, what was it got bombed? The black,
Wall Street.
Wall Street. The black. They didn't have the financial people backing them up. That's why. That's why the Black Panthers failed. If they had finances backing them up, they would have been successful.
That sounds like the countries where the U.S. is supplying them with guns so they can fight each other. So if they had money, money to buy guns or whatever, they
No
have their own
financial
army.
experts. No financial experts.
Well, I'm saying we need legal
Black
experts and
financial experts.
financial.
Black financial experts. It's
Okay,
all black. It's financial and it's security. Finances and security. Those are the two key things. Finance and security. You need both of those. You can't have one without the other.
right? I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that. You got to have financial security, and you have to have the ability to move forward with anything on one accord. And so I said this before in a previous episode. It's not that we can't get on one accord. It's not that we can't agree on anything. What happens is when we do start to agree on something and we do start to move forward and we do start to build traction and we start moving in that right direction, it doesn't matter what the skin color is, they try to disrupt it. And so
Get
when
them
they
out.
try to, what's that?
let
Get them
him
out.
finish. Let him finish. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Gregory.
Yes,
and
sir.
see, that's the thing. When they do try to disrupt it, and you say get them out, the person that's usually doing the disrupting doesn't look like what you think they look like, and so that's why you can't always discriminate based off of skin color. You have to discriminate based off of movement, discriminate based off that positivity. If you're not moving in that positive direction, that's when you got to discriminate against them. It don't matter if
Look,
they black,
I don't
white,
know if you
yellow, or
noticed or
brown.
not. I don't know if you noticed or not, but white people white people love war, okay? And black people love love, okay? I don't know if you noticed that or not. Okay? It's just like black and white, opposites. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. That is what it is. They are opposite of us. We're black, they're white, we're love, they're war. That's okay. It's okay. But you have to recognize it. And once recognizes, everybody black recognizes that we all need to love each other. That's the message. The message is love, love, and we have to spread the message of love.
I agree
Well,
with that.
but let me say this, and I want to share this video with you all. When you say love, as many times as you talk about getting rid of the white man, you sound like a reverse racist. I'm just gonna give you the facts. Now, to what end it may work, I don't know. But I'm just letting you know you can't talk out both sides of your neck. We don't do that. But I want y'all to listen to this video because you all have indicated money and you've touched on finance. There's something going on even in the midst of our conversation. There's a revolution going on. There is actually a transfer of wealth that's available that is going on right now. So I want to share this video with you all because the issues that we're talking about, they're good for discussion because they do need to be highlighted. But I want y'all to watch this. One moment. Okay, can y'all hear that?
No.
No.
Okay, one moment. Let me pause this for a second. This is a video here that I prepared because right now it's very misleading. There's some things that's going on that has our attention, and they're really distractions. But if we go for that, if we buy into that, we're gonna miss this opportunity altogether. So I'm gonna try this again. Okay, maybe that's what I missed right there. Thank you for visiting Rise to Prosperity. The program that you are about to watch is sponsored by the Rise to Prosperity Incentive Program, R2PIP. I pray something will be said that will educate, motivate, or inspire you to rise above the situation and circumstances in your life. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace and blessing.
Old money, a term synonymous with generational wealth, privilege, and the lasting power of assets passed down over centuries. But how has old money been acquired across different eras, from the era of slavery to the modern crypto market? During the era of slavery, vast fortunes were amassed through inhumane practices. The transatlantic slave trade and plantation economies laid the foundation for old money in many regions, particularly in the Americas and Europe. Plantation owners relied on forced labor to produce crops like cotton and sugar, which fueled global markets. Profits flowed into family estates, passing wealth down to future generations. Banks and trading companies profited heavily, embedding their role in history's financial hierarchy. As economies transitioned, the stock market became a key driver of generational wealth. Families that invested in industries like railroads, steel, and manufacturing during the Industrial Revolution saw exponential returns. Strategic trading and long-term investment in booming markets cemented wealth for families who diversified their portfolios and reinvested profits. Wealth became increasingly tied to capital markets, securing fortunes for decades to come. In the modern era, cryptocurrency has disrupted traditional pathways to wealth. Early adopters of Bitcoin in 2009, Ethereum, and other cryptocurrencies have achieved monumental financial gains, creating a new generation of potential old money. Unlike the slow accumulation of traditional wealth, crypto offers rapid wealth building opportunities through early investments, staking, and decentralized finance tools. Those who seized opportunities in tokenization and blockchain technology are now exploring how to transfer this new wealth across generations. Crypto's foundation on blockchain technology enables secure and traceable transfers of assets, offering new possibilities for wealth preservation and inheritance. Through tools like smart contracts and decentralized wallets, families can establish legacy systems, ensuring their financial success endures for future generations. But with innovation comes responsibility. The challenge lies in adapting to the volatility and evolving nature of the crypto market. From the dark legacy of slavery to the dynamic world of cryptocurrency, the pathways to old money have transformed drastically. Today, the opportunity to create and transfer wealth is more accessible than ever, but it demands innovation, education, and careful stewardship. The question is how to shape our legacy in this age of financial evolution. The present presents us with an opportunity and an occasion for it. For centuries, those possessing old money have prospered, first through slavery, then the stock market, while many were left behind. But today, the wealth transfer is happening and the playing field is changing. The opportunity is here. Will you rise to the occasion? Come, let us rise, let us prosper. The time is now. Join the On the Rise movement and rise to prosperity. Rise to prosperity.
Oh, right. All right. Um, it would have been nice to get into this video, but our hour is up, and we're gonna close out. So as I go around, we do what's called a Emmy moment. But before I have those Emmy moments, I want to acknowledge Lady Antoinette. She came in. One was she greetings everyone. There are not many hoods due to gentrification, and it would have been nice to have you address that because I know that her gentrification and what you're using is two different things. So we'll get that next time if you return. What is the purpose of the Black Panther? Panthers, we can probably revisit that. Brother Gregory, if you'll remember these two questions, it'll probably be four by the time we're done. Well, one was, are there many hoods due to gentrification? What's the purpose of the Black Panthers? And her comments was the neighborhood watch police their neighborhoods, especially in the South. The neighborhood watch police their neighborhoods, and the neighborhood watchers are not financed. Okay, so we're gonna stop with that there. And even down to the financing, Lady Antoinette, that was just what that video was about. If we had more control of our money and so forth, they wouldn't be financed in the sense that most people think, but we would have money to pay them. I want to, before we go
Man, we
around,
ain't even make it past point three. Man, ain't that something? Man, us black folk got a lot to talk about.
and I want you to know, Brother Clark, because I was just about to address you. When you come back to my program, leave your niggerish ways because you kept using that word because it's not going to be tolerated, bro. When you come, we are reasoning. This is how we get. This is a strategy room, and the only way to get that done is we come and we are presenting. And I want you to
Well, then
bring.
I do my own show, man. And I do my niggerish shit on my own show, bruh. But
Good.
I'm
It is.
saying like, nah, I'm
It's,
saying like, man, that ain't niggerish, man. What I said was
I just stop your mic, Clark. What I'm saying is this, bro. If we're gonna discuss how to solve a problem, we can't come in here acting like one. There's no white folks here, and this behavior that you're mentioning, it should be easier for you to bring that. So when we if you come back, that's up to you. But if you do, bro, I've been very tolerant today. Just bring your A game. If you can do that, just bring your A game. And I do want you to give us your closing moment, bro. So I'm gonna unmute you and let you go first. Go ahead.
hey man, look, man, you know, like we got our opinions, man. And and when it comes down to it, man, I feel like I got the formula. Look, I draw off of Dr. Claude Anderson, how Dr. Claude Anderson represents his stuff and building a society for us. And if you think I came off with it in some niggerish way on your show, I apologize, but hey, maybe you misinterpreted what I was saying. But I feel that I got skills and I'm saying what's real. All
All
right?
right. And
Yes, sir.
that's what I want. What you just did there, if you can do that, bro, you are more than welcome. I like that. The presentation is everything. And we don't want people to dismiss us because of our presentation. If I dismiss you, imagine what the next person would do. Brother Gregory.
I believe that we have excellent dialogue, and we covered a lot of ground today. Even though we only got to one point, we did cover a lot of ground, and I feel like I would love to have him back on the show because he created a lot of dialogue that you know when it's just you and me, we don't have that third person to speak with, and it would be great to have him back on the show because he creates that dialogue. And uh, to your point, um, I feel like the way we were today, we just probably need to tighten it up a little bit. Go around the room, speak one at a time, and then we can have an even better dialogue. So that'll be great. And for Miami moment, he brought up, matter of fact, he brought up this point, and I feel like it was a great point. He said if he said what we need to do is secure our wealth, or no, secure our finances. And I completely agree with that. We need to get black financial people in our neighborhoods to teach us finance, because I wasn't taught finance when I was in high school. I did take a class called economics, but it didn't teach me nothing. So it would be great to have those finance people in our neighborhoods teaching us how to create wealth. So I completely agree with that. And I think that was a great Emmy moment.
Okay. And I like the input as well. And again, delivery is everything.
But you can't have
And
the finance without the security. Yeah. And you can't have the security without the finance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll definitely get into that
are
later
you
on.
finished, sir? If you're gonna look foolish, I'm gonna help you out. You finished?
Man, look, man, I'm telling you, I'm trying to explain to people, my black people, that you can't have one without the other. You can't
You're
have
right.
you can't have finance without security, and you can't have security without finance, man. It's gonna fail, man. You had Black Wall Street failed. You had the Black Panthers
Well, hold on,
failed
hold on, hold
because they
on,
didn't
hold on. We got
have.
hold on. We got to wrap it up. We got to wrap it up.
Yes, sir.
You about to get into it. I feel you. I
And
feel
that's
you.
why I
We
told you I was gonna let you make a fool of yourself. I gave you your closing moment, gave Gregory his, and he just made reference to letting each other speak, and you jump right back in here. I'm big on teaching moments. And if we're gonna have a show where we're gonna act this way, somebody needs to learn something from it. So if you become that object that's of the teaching moment, get comfortable with it, because I bring it like this. I try to be real. Now, my Emmy moment is this. We've said a lot, and all of it's important. But the reality, I go back to it again. We don't have just a problem with white police. We have a problem with our black communities as well. And unfortunately, you live in a society where all the supposed DEI, we didn't get into all of that, but even those things that were given as incentives to our community, some are being cut off. So if you're in a country where a man can do that, and you deal with a police system that is not in our control to decide who come, I would hate to think that we're going to wait till the white man decides to bless us in leaving or whatever the case may be before we improve our communities. Ain't nobody going to do this. This is about us. And the sooner
hmm
we realize that, the better. So I would encourage you, both of you, as we come back to our next program. I'm looking forward to it. The dialogue is good. I don't have a problem with dialogue, but the way we come across when other people are watching, even when they're not, we need to be on our best behavior. If we practice that, we train the way we fight. If we're going to
Best
be on the,
behavior is all in the eye of the beholder.
you notice how you just did that, my brother. You
Yep.
don't wear out your welcome,
Yep.
okay?
It's in the eye of the beholder.
Some people lack discipline. A little self-discipline goes a long ways. But in any case, the battle isn't a simple one. It isn't as simple as getting rid of white people, as they dealt with this there. As my brother pointed out, it was a black man that told them where he was, so that the white people, officers or whatever, killed him. But the bottom line becomes this: if we looking at everything as race goes, you got to have something that represents us enough as a race that we can put our confidence in it. And right now, I don't see that. So we got some work to do. That's actually the name of this program. We have some work to do. And if we can get that work done, our neighborhoods will be better for it. I want to acknowledge my guest today, Clock 10. He had a chance to give his introduction. And I'm hoping he'll be back. But I do want to say I apologize for the language that has been used. And we need to get away from that, because just being loud and boisterous, more boisterous than the next person, it doesn't achieve anything. If we're going to be successful, it's going to call for a strategy. And that's the word of the day, strategy. We need to strategize. This is what we attempt to do here. So as we move forward, I look forward to you all joining us next Friday. And before Friday, there's Wednesday. I want to invite you all to come out and join us on Wednesday.
Greetings, peace and blessings. You're invited to Rise to Prosperity, Wednesday evenings at 8 p.m. I, Lady Antoinette, and my co-host, Minister Jamie Eatman, would love for you to join us, our panelists, and our conversation room guests Wednesday evenings at 8 p.m. as we rise to prosperity.
That was a couple of comments I wanted to cover those. Sister Yana, she's left, gentrification is real. We need to wise up. Knowledge is power. Peace and blessings. Thank you, my sister.
Mm-hmm.
Lady Antoinette says the show was interesting, and she greets her sister, greeting my sister. All right, everyone. I do hope you all would join us. And Clark, I do want you to come back, bruh. You and I, we talk. You know me, I know you, and we just gonna have to get it together, bruh. Unified front. That's the way we do business. That's the way it has to be. That unified front.
There is no time to engage in the luxury of cooling off or to take the tranquilizing drug of gradualism.
And I, for one, will join in with anyone. Don't care what color you are, as long as you want to change this miserable condition that exists on this earth.
Greetings, I am Jamie Eatman. Join me Fridays at 8 p.m. to our On the Rise movement.
All right, everyone. Thank you all. Peace and blessings. And look forward to next Friday. And prior to that, hopefully I'll see some of you all on Wednesday. Peace and blessings. God bless you all.